Hi, and welcome to today's edition of our daily news update. I am your host, and we have a diverse array of latest headlines from around the world. So let's dive right in. Starting off, Iran is in mourning after a tragic helicopter crash claimed the lives of President Ibrahim Raisi and Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdullahian. The crash has sent shockwaves through the nation, prompting Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei to declare 5 days of mourning. Vice President Mohammad Mokhbar has been appointed interim leader until the upcoming elections on June 28. A black flag has been hosted in mourning at a major Shia shrine in Qom, symbolizing the nation's grief. Iran's top nuclear negotiator Ali Bagheri has been appointed acting foreign minister, ensuring continuity in Iran's critical negotiations and international relations. President Raisi, a hardline cleric with close ties to Khamenei, rose from the judiciary to the presidency, wielding significant influence on domestic and foreign policies. His passing leaves a significant void in Iran's political landscape. This tragedy comes on top of previous high-profile losses like General Qasem Soleimani and nuclear scientist Mohsin Fakhrizadeh. Now, Iran faces the challenge of filling the leadership vacuum and ensuring an orderly transition. In a major development for press freedom, the UK High Court has granted Julian Assange, founder of WikiLeaks, the right to appeal his extradition to the US. Assange faces charges for publishing classified military and diplomatic cables back in 2010. The US accuses him of violating the Espionage Act and compromising national security by exposing unredacted names. The initial clearance for his extradition was conditional on UN assurances that he won't face the death penalty and would retain his First Amendment acts during the trial. However, the High Court now ruled that these assurances are insufficient. This is a significant victory for Assange's supporters who have long condemned the extradition process as an attack on journalism. While Assange remains in Belmarsh prison for now, this ruling gives him renewed hope for avoiding extradition. In a controversial move, the International Criminal Court prosecutor has requested arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Hamas leaders including Yahya Sinwar and Ismail Haniyeh. These warrants seek prosecution for alleged war crimes and crimes against humanity committed during the recent conflict in the Palestinian territories. The charges against Netanyahu and Defense Minister Benny Gantz include serious allegations like starvation and willful killings, while Hamas leaders face equally severe charges including extermination, rape and other acts of sexual violence and taking hostages as a war crime. The ICC's decision to pursue these warrants is a significant step, although the process could take weeks or months before the formal issuance. If the warrants are granted, ICC member states would be obligated to arrest Netanyahu if he arrives there, though actual enforcement remains complex. On the other side of the globe, Taiwan welcomes a new president, Lai Ching-te, who took office today. In his inauguration speech, he offered a message of peace towards China, but firmly emphasized Taiwan's right to self-defense. Lai's party, the Democratic Progressive Party, advocates for Taiwan's sovereignty without seeking formal independence, a stance that continues to anger China. Unsurprisingly, China strongly criticized Lai's speech, accusing him of promoting separatism. Following his speech, China imposed sanctions on Boeing and other defense companies involved in arms sales to Taiwan. Lai succeeds Tsai Ing-wen, inheriting her progressive politics such as universal healthcare and support for minority groups. Under Tsai's leadership, Taiwan made significant strides in economic and social development despite the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic and ongoing Chinese military threats. Moving on, in a major anti-terror operation, the Gujarat Anti-Terrorist Squad apprehended 4 Sri Lankan nationals with alleged ties to the Islamic State at Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Airport. These individuals, aged between 27 and 43, travelled from Colombo to Chennai and then to Ahmedabad, where they were arrested while waiting for their Pakistani handler. The suspects confessed to travelling to India under the IS instructions to carry out terror activities. They have previously associated with the banned Sri Lankan militant outfit National Tawheed Jamaat and claimed to have connected with IS through a Pakistani handler known as Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. This operation highlights the persistent threat of terrorism and underscores the importance of vigilance and cooperation among law enforcement agencies across borders. Back in India, the Lok Sabha elections Phase 5 overall voter turnout stood at 60.48%. This phase saw significant fluctuations in voter engagement, with the lowest turnout in Maharashtra at 54.33%, contrasting sharply with the highest turnout in West Bengal at 76.05%. Urban apathy was a notable concern in cities like Mumbai, Thane, Nasik and Lucknow, where voter turnout was markedly low. Shiv Sena chief Uddhav Thackeray accused the Election Commission of mismanagement, highlighting alleged administrative lapses. violence marred the election process in West Bengal and clashes reported between Trinamool Congress and BJP supporters. The Election Commission received 1,036 complaints ranging from EVM malfunctions and glitches to allegations of polling agent interference. In Raebareli and Gonda, Congress claimed there were booth closures and hindrances to voting. A disturbing event unfolded in Hisampur, Madhav village, Kaushambi, where voters boycotted the polls. Meanwhile, in Odisha, the elections covered 5 Lok Sabha seats and 35 assembly seats. In the 2019 elections, BJP secured 32 out of 49 Lok Sabha seats, while Congress retained Raebareli. This year's election have already been filled with tensions and irregularities, setting the stage for a contentious final result. Speaking of allegations of irregularities, the Aam Aadmi Party finds itself in spotlight as the Enforcement Directorate alleges financial misconduct in donations spanning from 2014 to 2022. The ED's accusations, which surfaced ahead of Delhi elections, suggest violations of various laws, including the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act and the Indian Penal Code. Senior AAP leader Atishi strongly denied these allegations, emphasizing the party's commitment to transparency and robust financial accountability. However, documents seized by ED during a probe into international heroin smuggling indicate discrepancies in the AAP's donation records. Foreign donations totaling $119,000 from 155 donors abroad have raised eyebrows with concerns over donor transparency and legal compliance. The investigation further reveals instances of donors concealing their identities, casting a shadow of doubt over the integrity of AAP's fundraising practices. Shifting gears to Haryana, the opposition mounts a formidable challenge to the ruling BJP, getting support from farmer, worker and sarpanch unions. Accusing the government of prioritizing corporate interests over the welfare of people, these unions throw their weight behind opposition candidates across key constituencies like Kurukshetra, Karnal and Gurgaon. While the Congress receives some backing, criticism abounds regarding the party's candidate selection, leading some unions to explore alternative options like the Bahujan Samaj Party. This concrete effort reflects widespread discontent with the BJP's policies, particularly concerning farmers' rights and local governance autonomy. Turning to Delhi, Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal made a bold promise of achieving full statehood for the city post-June 4, pledging improved law and order and greater autonomy for the city. While the Lieutenant Governor poised to align with the opposition alliance's victory, Kejriwal urges voters to support the alliance to ensure his continued governance. He pledged a monthly stipend of 1,000 rupees for women aged 18 and above after the Lok Sabha polls. Kejriwal criticized Prime Minister Narendra Modi for ignoring rising prices and targeting opposition leaders with fabricated cases. Finally, in the realm of healthcare, the Indian Council of Medical Research distances itself from a Banaras Hindu University study on Covaxin side effects. The ICMR criticized the study for being poorly designed, with significant flaws including the lack of control group and inconsistent study tools. The BHU study allegedly acknowledged ICMR support, which the council has firmly denied. ICMR has demanded that BHU remove the acknowledgement, publish an erratum, and provide a justification for why legal action should not be taken against them. In response, BHU stated that they are investigating the matter and are committed to improving their research practices. This controversy highlights the critical importance of rigorous and transparent research methodologies, especially in studies related to public health. And that wraps up our today's news report. Stay tuned for more updates and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. This is Chronicle Daily signing off.